Hi, my rays of light, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and as promised, I decided to go ahead and do another video on the California earthquakes and other events. There has been a lot of events in the last 24 hours. For those of you that are not aware, California did have a 7.1 magnitude earthquake last night around 10 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. And I have some friends that are in California, in the Santa Clarita area, in the West Hollywood area, and they did tell me that they felt a lot of tremors. This is a photograph that I got off the internet that shows some of the destruction. In one of my friends' house, her floor has a crack in there. So as you can see, this is a very strong, powerful earthquake. A lot of things can happen to people with these kind of earthquakes. Now the question is, will another one hit? Now, I had said yesterday in my video, if y'all had not seen it, go and check it out, and I'll try to link it to this video as well. It was the one with Anna Wintour, Chris Brown, earthquakes, and just that Bluebell ice cream scandal. But in it, I did the video around maybe 5 or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and in it I said that I saw another one happening, and sure enough, hours later it happened. And I don't feel like it's done. Then it's not done yet. The question is, will another one hit? And the answer to that is yes. I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be in the 8 scale of the Richter scale, 8.1, somewhere around there. It may be, even less than that, but there's definitely going to be a couple of more hitting. There is like I said, California is long overdue for a big, massive earthquake, and I feel that that's coming. How soon? You just have to pay attention to the next couple of hours and days. But as someone who has gone through 2 natural disasters and has personally gone through and knows all the ins and outs after a disaster, you need to be very prepared. For those of you that are listening to this video, this is not to create any kind of pandemonium, create any kind of fear. Do not fear this. However, you do need to be prepared. Know exactly your drills. If in the event of an earthquake, stand in between a doorway. The safest place that you can find is going to be in between doorways or underneath like a table, etc. Be sure to cover your head first and foremost. That's something to do. I mean, there's a lot of things that people are being educated on as well. Have first aid kits available, have enough drinking water to last you at least 7 days, have enough perishable foods. These are canned foods that won't spoil if the electricity goes off, and have enough gas in your vehicle, because once a natural disaster happens, if in the event, let me give you an example. When Hurricane Harvey hit where I live, which is in Victoria, Texas, in that area, we were evacuated to Austin, Texas. And even in Austin, people that were miles away from Victoria were without gasoline for days. And they were like scrounging around to get gasoline because it becomes a scarce commodity. If you have electricity, if you have gas stoves, you may want to disconnect that as well in the event of an earthquake happening. And like I said in yesterday's video, the magnitude of this and why is it happening now? There's a lot of speculation whether this is UFO related. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, government experimental facilities underneath the grounds there in California. There's a lot of different things that people are speculating. I personally feel like the spirits of the energy vortexes and all of this is shifting in California. There's a purging that's going on to kind of purify all the evil or negativity that exists in that area. It's not uncommon for California to be hit with wildfires or forest fires and, have earthquakes. But like I said, all places around the earth have earthquakes. They may be like on the very, very low of the Richter scale, like a 1 or 2 magnitude, and you don't really feel anything. But from what I am pulling up from Mother Earth is that there is Mother Earth is awakened. And a lot of this is going to awaken other people. You could say this is not the end of times. I don't feel like this is biblical and this is the apocalypse in many ways. But in some ways it would. And then I had another question from someone else. Would this potentially cause a tsunami? I don't foresee or see a tsunami hitting California and disconnecting it. from the USA. A lot of people have predicted that a tsunami will hit. I don't see that. Someone asked me yesterday whether or not British Columbia would be hit with another earthquake. I don't see that. I see it's being centered more along the lines of south, around Los Angeles, all the way up to Hollywood Hills and that area. So it's going to extend quite a bit. And these are the I don't know what it's called, the tectonic plates. I believe that's what it's called, tectonic plates under the ground. When they start shifting, it's like two ridges or two pieces of earth kind of moving one on top of the other, almost like overlapping. And when that happens, it causes friction, and all that vibration is felt all the way up to this ground surface. And so that's what we feel, are those tremors. And I'm being shown that there is another one coming, and there is going to be, I don't know if the other one, the one that's coming now, is going to be a massive one, but even if it's not, there is a massive one coming. How soon, that's up in the air, but I don't feel like it's too far away. So people just need to be prepared. Do not panic. Make sure that you have a plan for the event that there is a massive evacuation. Know your routes. Register with the state. Look at the state's website for information. If you're not on Facebook groups that are local to your area, like Los Angeles, local Facebook groups or national preparedness groups, look at those. Kind of join different groups so that way you can know exactly. Keep an eye on your weather channel. The weather channel has a lot of good updates when there's emergencies like this. Have a backup radio. Make sure you have flashlights, enough batteries. These are the things that people, I think, like I said before, I told my friends, I don't feel like people in California are prepared for an emergency. And a lot of people will say, well, how, you can't really prepare for something like that. But yes, you can. You have to be prepared because you live in a place where it's already had 2 or 3 earthquakes. So be sure to have, enough water, enough, backup generator if you can. If you're renting in an apartment, or you have an apartment, then just be sure that you have all of your friends added, on your phone. Have a backup charger as well in case electricity goes out, or have several of them. And backup chargers are basically, for those of you that are not aware, it's basically like a little portable battery, and basically you plug in your phone to that, and it will give it, a couple of hours of charging, or maybe an hour or two, depending. But always have a prepared backup plan when it comes to this. It's very sad that California is going through that. But apart from California, this is going to hit globally. I see a lot of earthquakes, and I've wrote about this in my predictions blog. If you want to go to my website, these are all documented back in November or December of 2018. I wrote the predictions for, I believe it was in November, for 2019, and I said that I saw a lot of natural disasters. I said that I saw a lot of destructive tornadoes hitting, and it did hit one of the areas that I had saw, which was an area that typically doesn't get tornadoes. I do foresee hurricane season being very destructive as well. There will be at least 3 major hurricanes that really cause big destructions, and it will be somewhere. One will be along the Gulf Coast. I don't know exactly where it's going to hit, but it is going to be a massive one. Heat waves, we know that there are massive heat waves. My friend Michelle White Dove, if you haven't listened to her blogs, you can check her blogs out as well. She's talked about, the massive heat waves and the climate changes, and how it's going to be really, really bad. Some areas, she's also talked about blackouts, people experiencing outages, and these are caused by like the solar flares and stuff. So a lot of areas are going to see blackouts, and again, prepare for, the unexpected. Mexico's going to have, or somewhere in South America, but I keep hearing Mexico is going to have a very strong earthquake as well. I want to say South America, somewhere around Chile, there could be some major earthquake there as well. And then when we get into Indonesia and that area, they, will have some other natural events there that major flooding. It's it's just going to be all over. It's chaotic. I also see like biochemical warfare. So there are some plagues or some kind of diseases that are really not really known that will be surfacing and attacking some people. This is not here in the USA. I see this more centered around Europe. It could be around Central Europe, maybe even I want to say Middle East, but there's definitely some viruses or something that will turn into an epidemic, and I see that manifesting as well over the next year. So there's just a lot that we have to stay tuned. This isn't time of that we're in with consciousness being elevated. This is a time of mass exoduses of the soul. So just expect to see large groups of people going, leaving this earth and returning to their spiritual form. This is all part of the master plan of the earth, Mother Earth, being awakened and being ready to purge, and these souls returning because they've already accomplished their purpose here on earth. And new souls are being reborn, and they are very enlightened beings. These are the rainbow children, the crystal children, the star seed children, a new generation of a very opened and very spiritual children that are coming to earth to help it heal and to bring more light into this earth that has so much darkness right now on it. So again, these are just the things that I am seeing, but be sure to check out my blog. It is something interesting also in space. I don't know, there's going to be some kind of big blow up of a star. I keep hearing and seeing that there is going to be like a big star that is I don't know if this is a nebula. I'm not too familiar with the the terminology that is related to space, but I do get our astronomy, but I do get that there is some kind of star system that will be exploding within the next 2 or 3 years or less. And it's not close to Earth, but we will have some kind of side effect from it, or see it. We will have some kind of effect here on Earth where we will be able to see this bright, different color lights. What's being shown to me is like a purple, green, I don't know, it's very weird, but it is a cosmic event, and it will be happening and manifesting in a different galaxy, far away from Earth, but it will be seen through satellites, etc. So this is happening somewhere between, I want to say somewhere between Mars and Venus. Somewhere or between, not, I keep saying Venus, Mars, and yeah, it may be Venus, but it's between somewhere in the solar system around those two planets. But we will be seeing it. I even get Saturn as far as Saturn is concerned, but we will be seeing this event that is going to be happening. A lot of turn of events. This is like a time that really people need to kind of have emergency plans executed, national emergency preparedness. They need to educate the public and really keep them up and aware of everything that's going on. But I don't see this being like the end of the world or apocalyptic. So just breathe and relax. Know that everything is going to be okay, but this is going to be a rough period for some people. And I don't feel like California is all of it's going to be affected, or all the people. But if you're in the Los Angeles area or South California, near San Bernardino, in that area, even all the way to San Diego, all the way up, to San Francisco, in that kind of area, it's going to extend quite a bit. There will be different areas that are affected. So big angel hugs to everyone, and keep me updated if y'all have any information. Just breathe, pray to Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Raphael for protection, and just for and I will be praying for y'all as well. So just kind of just do things that you like, enjoy the moment, but be on the lookout, be aware. And there is something about 10 o'clock, so I don't know why it's showing. I know that yesterday it happened around 10 o'clock. That could have some kind of meaning, but I also see like 2 in the morning for some reason or another. So Not that those are going to be specific times when things hit, but just be aware of, the situation. So big blessings and love and light. Thank you so much wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your weekend. And if you have not yet smash the like button, hit the like button on this video, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Hit that red subscribe button, as well as the notification bell icon. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.